I need the vent. Because I stumble and I grumble a lot. I don't want to grumble. Who feels like stumbling, Jacob? You know, it's you're not actually from this world, right? The saying goes, when Jesus said, I am in the world but not of it. So that means you can be on your planet Mars or wherever, and you inject yourself into this world, which is the Matrix simulation. Just not sure exactly how it can be how you can be alive your entire life, but you're really not. You're really not. Like, you're really not here. It's just a simulation. And everything seems like it's real, but it just really isn't. I believe that Jacob Israel is one of the Wachowski brothers. And I think the other one might be Jonathan Clark. Wow. Okay, don't even look. I guess it's up to me to look, huh? Because the Wachowski brothers are also Wachowski sisters. So Wachowski. Watch out. New York and Philly. Sister City. Statue of Liberty, William Penn. So Will I Am, and then the Statue of Liberty in New York. Jacob Israel, I don't believe you're from this planet, but I do believe you have the ability to do things like this. I believe you have a desire, Jacob Israel, to teach people lessons. But that's because you can see people when they don't think that they're being seen. And I believe in the Matrix, you also would know people's dreams. Because we're already dreaming as it is, so when you fall into a deeper sleep, that's being recorded too. And then, you know, the only reason I think these things is because, Jacob, you led me around the William Penn building. I'll tell you, man, some people, they just... Well, first thing you did was you showed me the Ark the day before I went into the Ark last year. on 3/22/2023. And then I went into the Ark. And I wound up recording 8 songs. And they're all by you two. Now, I don't know if you wrote their music, because you just did a video. I don't know, what was it, 1/11/53 or 1/1/53. It's the same amount of time that I used to go into the Ark Museum for the third and final time. Well, the fourth, but third final. There's no more. It's 33 songs. It everyone has a parable lining up to it, and in this simulation, I would like to do what I want to do. I would like to be compensated for you using my footage somehow at some other point in time. And so the best way to do that would be through the lottery itself. There's no other way that I can think of, because it's not like you're really on Earth. And if anything, I think Jonathan Kleck may be on Earth. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know who's who, where, and what positions everybody has. I've juxed them 1,000 times. Maybe it's one person is everybody, and it's just me in this simulation talking to you. Now, I've thought of that too. It's just me in this simulation, and I think it's like a program. Because if you think about it, if I think about it, the Matrix itself, you can hop in and out of different worlds, and different people appear to you. So how am I to even know that one person isn't all people? Because apparently time doesn't matter, because I've reached into the past and pulled 33 songs out of my ass, and just somehow lined up imagery at the same time with their videos. You know, I grumble because I don't know the future, and I'm tired. I'm just tired. I'm like physically drained out. I could have made better decisions in my life. But if I made better decisions in my life, I don't think I would have ever thought of going to the Philadelphia Art Museum and recording a bunch of famous videos that have this very similar imagery to it. It's such the craziest thing that I can't stand that it's this way, and I'm the only one that... I mean, I'm not the only one that is going through it, but me doing it and then walking the earth and then having a regular job, at some point you gotta, it's like I'm distancing myself from the thoughts. It's like, why am I... Well, first of all, where's the compensation at? At what point in time does that happen, Jacob? Because I believe that you can make that Powerball number turn out to whatever I want it to be, and then you can give me that authority. But I don't know exactly who you are, besides someone that is definitely an architect in the Matrix, a designer of some sort. I don't know if you're the actual architect or the oracle. It seems like Morpheus is more in Jonathan Kleck's realm, because all that he can offer me is the truth, and I can pick up on what things are and the oracle and the architect are like, it's like the male and female, mother and father of the Matrix. And then the new architect, I forget his actual stage name, but I believe he played Doogie Howser. In the end, he got his face kicked in by Trinity, because I don't know what it was. She said something about that's for using children. Maybe it's part of the design is to tell people that you're a child molester, and they have that alert as you walk by, and you're not, but they're, they have the perception of what people are thinking about you. Could be that. So maybe that's what it was. She kicked his jaw in and snapped her fingers and healed him real quick. But I really liked the end of that Matrix 4. And for the 4th time when I went into the art museum, here's what I'm saying. I would have never believed in the Matrix or time travel if I never went to the art museum. And I'm tired of talking about it, but I feel like if I don't talk about it, nothing's going to be done. So even though the future's already determined, and I know it, but I don't know the future. I just know that it's been determined that the day I die, it's not going to be a surprise. God isn't the only one that knows that date, unless God is every person I've been communicating with in one. Because it seems like if you can lead me around Center City, Philadelphia, and show me what I'm gonna see when you did that live video and I tapped in live, and I knew I was tapping in live with you. I had faith that I was going to be led around, because this was even after the art museum. It was within the same week's period of time. Remember, Trump was looking up, his hair was blowing in the wind, and then in my caption itself, I happened to look up because a helicopter was flying around, and that was the reason why Trump's hair was blowing in the wind in the same thumbnail caption. And it just so happened to be the same video I was recording at that same exact moment. And I think I recorded She Moves in Mysterious Ways, where the building was like the castle type moving around. I recorded that, and I seen that it was lining up also even after the art museum, but I think that was like the 25th of March 2023, and I didn't get a chance to get home and put everything together. And it took me a long time actually to put 8 songs together, and because I didn't know how to, for the people that you have an understanding of what I'm going through, because I keep showing it to you, and I know how minds work. It tends to fade away, like the understanding, your belief, the faith, comprehending the time travel. It's like you tend to forget. But it took me a long time to try to figure out how to express what happened through the X app when I walk into that art museum. Now, it's not just the art museum, and it's not even just the X app, because when I was putting together, well, kinda, I mean, it even works when I was putting the Pink Floyd footage together, and then I was recording at home, sitting in front of my computer, the bridge collapse, and then just letting it play through. Again, I had the idea, wait a minute, that's a bridge. All right, let me record it. I'm going to do it. And then just like last night, John DeClerc, just for that 5 minutes, he was talking about things that I was showing in my video, and I wasn't even recording. And then I just figured I might as well record this and just catch it. Like the woman on the commercial, right before the 13th song in the art museum. She's on the phone with the AI bot. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It sounds so human. And she's like, and then it's like, well, how do I know you're not a robot? She's like, how can I prove that I'm not? So Jonathan Clegg was talking about the Queen of Heaven, the system, and that's her, as I was watching her, but I wasn't recording it. And it's just a way of I can learn valuable information if I'm tapped in and somebody's talking and explaining things as I'm walking around or whatever. And that's what you did that day. And then you pissed me off with the Bowie thing. And then I got over it, and then I held on to it. And Bowie is the purest, most loving, godliest thing that has ever been in me or my wife's life. And it's just sickening that things like that happen, because it wasn't natural. And so I thought it was uncalled for. But I could be misperceiving things, and I'm just battling my own demons out loud. But whatever, again, it's like I said, whatever position I get placed upon, at least you're going to know I'm going to tell you what I think about you or whatever. I wasn't always that way, but 7 years today, 7 years on YouTube. Started it with Bowie. I wanted to finish it with Bowie, but he's not here anymore. Even though I came in with a bow. But no, Jacob Israel, you're definitely in charge of the beast system. And maybe Jonathan Clegg was, because it's the harlot system, the whore riding the beast. Because the Philadelphia landscape, with Jonathan Clegg as the head serpent, and it's in Philly, why else is his head at the top when I drew it with the Philadelphia Art Museum? And I drew his face, because it has the headphones and everything, and the hair like a woman. I drew his face before I experienced going into the Matrix system in the deepest level in the art museum, traveling through time. It was Jonathan Clegg's face as the head serpent. So the beast system is more of Elon Musk, and I also think that just may be who you are as well, Jacob. So this whole system, just like when I played the lottery last year around this time, Matrix explained it was the machines who built Zion. Oh, thank you, Matrix explained. As I'm talking about the Matrix and Jacob Israel being either the architect or because if you're one of the Wachowski brothers, that means you're an architect, designer or some sort. The main character that produced, between you and Derek Bros and Jonathan Clegg, I believe, would be the three top Matrix orchestrators. But before I went into that art museum, I had already placed Jonathan Clegg as the owner of the building. And if he's the owner of the building, then that means he would be here somewhere in Philly or underground, or the ruler of the earth. And Jacob Israel, you just may be the ruler of the beast system itself. Jonathan Clegg is like the landlord. But Stephen James, are you really down here on Earth? I guess I'll find out, because when I hit the lottery, I'm going to make sure that your house gets built, finished, properly. No worries. So, but I can only do that if you just give me the damn your freaking power, right? Jacob, give me the Powerball, the numbers. Stephen James said it. He already said it. I know how he confirms things. I just don't know when, but I'm going to try. My name is Robin Henry Tees. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. Yeah, I'm going to hit the Powerball. I'm going to be rich. My name is Robin Henry Tees. I'm going to be rich. Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to be set for life and you get to do what you want? Like, you know how it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. Who wouldn't want that down here on earth? And then the devil will try to make you feel like that's a wrong thing, or Stephen James has that, will try to put those thoughts in people's heads. But it's so ridiculous, because the moment anybody gets a payday and you've been working your whole life, you know, telling the truth of things, you know, it's the last 7 years, if there's anybody out there that does that, the moment you hit, you're set free. Yeah, sure, we still are in some kind of simulated program, but if the simulation is a bust on April 8th and it's completely shattered, and what does that mean? We wake up in our where we're really at or something? I don't know how that works. But in the meantime, Jacob, I think it's time for you to start talking. I mean, if you're representing Esther in this system, the top, you know, let's just say that Derek Rose is the top guy. He's like King Xerxes or something. And I had his back 5 years ago. I don't know who was trying to attack him, but apparently a couple people were talking some trash about him, and I stuck up for him, kind of like Mordecai did to Xerxes, and nothing ever happened back then. But I mean, I stuck with everybody. I would still be reviewing Derek's stuff, but he doesn't do anything on the YouTube platform. And I know it's by design, but either way, it's time for one or the other, Jonathan Kleck or Jacob Israel. Because Stephen James his role is, I believe it's he may be that Haman role. I mean, again, he is an antagonist, and but it's not like he's dumb, like he doesn't know the outcome, you know. And he could just be playing the liar, like David, like King David played the liar, and that was music to Saul's ears. But nevertheless, it's time to start speaking up, because so today's my 7th year. I had no intentions of making money doing YouTube. I didn't even know what was going to happen. I started with Bowie. 7 months in, I did a Walmart video. It exploded. I wound up getting about 20,000 subscribers within the first year almost. And that's why I got attacked so much. And all I was doing was spotting security guards, and I didn't even know they were gang stalkers. They were just, you know, I didn't know that they go from store to store to store, and I didn't know that it was a matrix, Agent Smiths everywhere that they can get tapped into and do certain things just because I'm there. But now I know all these things after 7 years. 7 years today for free. I think I have a right to grumble just a little bit, especially after 33 songs are no question about it. Just ask John from Denver, as one confirming witness will say out loud. Yep. And it's not bullshit. Like, it's not like he's trying to cling to me with a flattery or something, because this is the truth. It is undeniable that my footage has been used. Now, what becomes frustrating is the fact that it's the truth. Not that it's true is it frustrating, but the fact that it's the truth, and it sounds so ridiculous that I can't stand it anymore. The only way it becomes absolute true all around and I can settle down is when I get compensated for it. And in order to be compensated for it, the best way that I can think of is after 7 years, the lottery that's going on right now, the numbers that I pick are the ones that are going to hit. Because last year when I played it, every single number I played, it hit, except for it was a slot to the side. It wasn't in the ball, the numbers. It was basically, you know how the circles, you got 6 numbers, 5 in the Powerball, and it's each one is in the circle. Well, each one of my numbers were basically in the center of the circle and separated, so it didn't count, but it was all there, and I can interpret it either one or two ways. Ha, Robin, ha ha. Don't even think about it. Or it's not time yet. So I'll go with it's not time yet. I'll try again. I'm not going to keep trying and trying and trying. I'm going to try certain timelines. 7th year is a good time. The eclipse, good time. Birthdays, good time. Christmas time. You know, they're about the anniversaries and birthdays and Christmas times would be good. And then, because I don't think, Jacob, I think you're more, you know, after 7 years of, I don't know how long you started paying attention to me, probably from the very beginning, Jamie the Wabbit. But I definitely got attacked by that silly Wabbit. And, you know, after, let me try to step into your shoes for a minute, Jacob. You're following somebody that's blind, is like a baby, toddler, newborn, and your job is to torment me and harass me and test and just, you know, like a drill sergeant would do in the military. That was your job. You know, if you were Jamie the Rabbit type, Stephen James type. I got tested, and then I found you, and then I still got beaten by everybody. From the very beginning, everybody was my friend, then they all turned, and then they backstabbed, and it was just sickening. And then, but I kept going. I kept going. I don't even know. It's like, hey, well, at least I'm getting paid $250 a month for that Walmart video. So I was on the payroll, but not on your payroll, not on anybody's payroll. Nobody told me to do anything. I don't get anything really from it now. It's been months since anything has happened. But it was good while it lasted. And it sure would be nice to have that again, something along those lines. It would be even better to just hit the Powerball and start right then and there. And because I might need it. If Philadelphia gets hit and destroyed by some asteroid or something, I'm going to need to hit the Powerball to help rebuild it, because I want to build remember my Wooder station in the very beginning to help clean up the homeless. I mean, who knows? The homeless could just be a bunch of actors and they really sleep in the art museum because the funny thing is, you don't really see bums sleeping in Center City. You just see them all throughout the day. But at night, do they go into the art museum? Is that where they sleep, Johnny? Is that what you were saying? Yeah, nice pothole. I'll say that'll be a confirming witness. The pothole. Mr. Wish. Let me make a wish. I wish I could hit the lottery so I can start doing what I want to do. I wish that would come true. Lord, are you there? Lord, can you put it into the heart of the beast system to give me their power, please? Because I'm really tired and I feel like I've just finished. Like, what else is there to do? Until the next level. What else is there to do? I've just proven over 1 year and 11 days tomorrow. Well, today, 10 days. Well, technically 11. If you go add the leap year, it's an extra day from 3/23/2023. Because today is April 2nd, so 23, that's 10, 8. 8 days, and then 9 and 10 for the second. But if you add that extra 1 day, the leap year, it's a year and 11 days. But to the fullest, it'll be a year, and it'll be 111. The same amount of time that Matthew Daly had his little crucifixion party. My 11th month and first day, I'm already getting attacked by the top tier. Within a first year, I'm getting attacked by these people. But I persevered. I kept going. I kept doing it. I was talking with Jonathan Clegg. The water rose up and stood still, and he kept just wanting to communicate with me, and I'm like, all right, fine. And it kept happening. Then he wanted me to go in the art museum with the wind blades. I went. He calls it the little Oasis garden. He calls that Gennady and Big Ben and Benjamin Franklin Parkway, and the artwork and John Marshall and leading people through the desert. And so I went into the art museum last year, and I stumbled across something that I never thought was possible, and it happened. It legitimately is the most eye-opening thing I've ever been a part of. And it's just little pieces. I don't think I would have went in there if it wasn't for Jonathan Clegg. If I didn't know Jonathan Clegg, I wouldn't really have an interest to go in. I just assumed that it was his place because I looked at it at Google Maps and I'm like, wait a minute, that's your head. So when I find people that have buildings, designed after their face on YouTube, not that I believe it's your real face, but the face that you have, then I tend to pay attention more and more and more. And then it becomes more tangible because we're talking about famous rock bands. We're talking about U2 at the very first, and 8 of his songs, and how it progressed. When I seen the similarity, I'm like, what in the hell is this? How is that even possible? The first day, I'm like, how is this possible? No way. I gotta show this. But I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, how to even say what I'm trying to show. And then after 3 days, I started putting things together. I got up early. I think it was like Saturday or Sunday morning. It was Sunday morning because I went on a Thursday. My wife's birthday last year. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I got up. I did about 7 to 10 videos. I forget how many. And I didn't even care what it sounded like because I knew what I seen and I couldn't explain how it was possible. But yet, you're seeing it. And so that's what motivated me to put those things together. And then it took me so long to try to express myself and what I went through. But I learned how to put things together, and then I did it again, and then when I did it on the February 17th, I didn't even realize it was the second month and the 17th day of the month that Noah entered into the ark and the floodgates of heaven poured open. And when I went in, 8 more artists showed up, but I had faith that U2's video was going to line up with mine. I didn't think about this to people who when your thoughts run rampant, stop your thinking for a second. Stop. Empty out your thoughts and just listen. I recorded what I believed to happen before I went in, and I didn't stop the recording. It played all the way through. So when I said my faith tells me that I'm going to go in here again into this art museum, and U2's videos is going to line up with my footage. I didn't know what songs were going to play besides the first one that I picked, which was God Part 2. I go in the bookstore, no strings attached, lining up right off the bat. That is something that's worth all of the money in the world. Faith. To have that kind of faith, and then to be able to record it, and then to show tangible evidence that not only did it line up with U2's videos, but it ridiculously lined up with all of the rest of the videos, especially Mr. with the sweeping willow, even though I got blocked. Speaking of getting blocked, Semisonic blocking my footage after I already went in and recorded you. And then I even recorded your video top to bottom with about a 9-minute video last night. No problems whatsoever. But man, when I record the devastating blow, which was the fist, that was the one that sealed the deal. It's 13 solid songs in a row. As I said this time around, not only like I'd said it on February 17th, 2024, the faith that I had that Bono's footage was going to line up with mine, and I can prove it by showing it to you. It's up to everybody's perception to, see it, believe what you want. Doesn't matter. I know the truth. I know what it is. Or I wouldn't be wasting my time showing it. It winded up going to 12 songs on that day, on February 17th. And 8 of those songs were 8 different artists. I thought I was just going to do all U2 again. But it branched off into 8 other videos, and I looked, rewatched it and seen it, and then I started to learn how to put it together a little bit better, because I'm getting good at this stuff. And then I wasn't even fully done, but I knew I needed to do it again because my wife's birthday was coming up. And I thought, let's see, let me do the math. I have 20 songs so far in the art museum, 9 artists. So if I go with 13 more songs, I'll reach 33 songs. And I like 33 because I started at 3:30 on 3/23/2023. And I would like to do it again, but finish on 3/30/2023. 3/23/2024. I winded up finishing it at 3:31 and about 10 seconds. So basically 3:30 and 70 seconds is when I finished it. And I started it a few seconds before 3 o'clock at 2:29, starting it with Bono's song, A Song to Someone. But this time around, so think of the faith demonstrated that I was able to provide on this platform. I don't believe anybody has ever seen anything like it, because I had never seen anything like it. It's something that doesn't even make sense, but yet I'm able to show it to you. And considering what I went through on February 17th, and it's 20 songs altogether and 8 and 9 artists, I figured I'm gonna do 13 more songs, but I am going to pick 12 more artists. That way I can make it 21 total artists and 33 songs in the art museum in exactly 1 year from beginning to end. And that's why I was pretty grumbling today about Semisonic blocking my footage, because I do all that work, all that hard work, and then you're gonna block what had already been played in the art museum, or you're gonna block the same song, but this time around, because I put my imagery side by side, and it's such a devastating blow that it's a gang stalking tactic to slow me up. And yeah, it's still irritating at times because it's sickening. Just when does this ever end? Like, where's God at when he puts his foot down on the system and stomps it out? When is the final ending of it? So this time around, I was trying to debunk myself by picking all of you and saying, all right, well, I mean, if it ain't meant to be that way, and then we'll find out then, right? So I went through it straight from the gate. Bono's hand, tripping, falling, stumbling the same day. I'm locking my keys in the house. I'm stumbling once. Driving, I forget my headphones. Cordless, stumbled twice, just like the first song. And then it's silence for half of a minute, and the entire time in the art museum you couldn't hear anything because it was silent. I got the plug-in headphones. I guess it's silenced the microphone. But this time around, I hyped it up. I talked about it 3 weeks before I went into the art museum. The amount of videos I used, I add some of them to the end of, the videos I'm making, just so you can go back if they line up with it, just to hear my faith as to what I believe is going to happen when I go into the art museum for the third time, with the intentions of starting with you two and then letting songs rip. And for the fourth time, maybe even the fifth time, I think I went in there 5 times. But the first time, the most important, God Part 2, even more important, and then God Part 3, the third time around. Whoa, whoa, and whoa. I recorded and hyped it up purposely because it's all or nothing now. I'm putting all of my chips, and I'm saying here, and I'm not bluffing. The end result is it took me 10 days to put together 13 songs. It almost took me 11 months to try to put together. It took me about 10 good months to try to put together all the U2 songs from the first time. When I did it the second time, 12 songs, I put it together a lot quicker. Everything was agreed upon that there was at least one parable in each of those songs. And then this time around, the last time, 13 of them. I thoroughly went through 12 of the songs within the first 9 days. I took off Monday because I needed every last minute And I winded up finishing the 13th song, putting together the video that I put together last night, uploaded it by 11:57, and then I get cock blocked. Yeah, that pissed me off. It pissed me off because I had already recorded your videos, Semisonic. I recorded 9 minutes of putting your video and my footage underneath in the art museum, rolling through. But I didn't put my imagery side by side with that just yet. And once I did that with the last video, because I just had to take a couple hour break today, lose out, getting paid, go to Beersheba to redo it. I didn't intend on doing that. So I'm taking up my time. I'm losing money. It's all for free. So I'm doing it for free. I'm losing out on money because that's how important it is to me. So Jacob, Stephen James, Johnny, Derek Rose, Stephen Oon, who's in charge of the Powerball? Who's in charge of giving me that power? Because you know what I'm going to do with the money. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to set myself up and my family, and we're going to enjoy the rest of our lives together. Because then I can finally have that feeling that I've always truly dreamt of having, which is being able to take care of my family. I would love to be able to do that. And then start to straighten this planet out, starting with Philly, because I heard that that's going to get destroyed and it might take a couple years to rebuild it. You know, there's no other better person, in my opinion, than for me to hit the Powerball and win $1 billion, even though it'll be like $250 million after all the vultures, you know, are get their portions of it. But it's still better than nothing, because I had nothing from the beginning. What more do I need to? I don't need to prove anything else. I already did. And I did it in a way, it's like a sign of Jonah. You're not getting any signs. You're just going to get the signs of Jonah. And you're going to get whatever you see on my videos as I demonstrate how I can go into the art museum and call it before it happens. I can say, I'm going to pick 13 artists this time. And guess what? All of their footage, all of their imagery in their videos is going to line up in one way or another. All songs, all bands, every band, something's going to line up, and it's impossible because you're looking at a miracle. Miracles, you can't buy miracles, but miracles are worth all the money in the world. You can't buy faith like Simon the Sorcerer, but faith is worth all of the money in the world. Faith is worth at least $1 billion to start with. So as of today, my 7th year, and as I finished 33 total songs and 21 total artists within 1 year's period of time and 11 days, 111. It only makes sense for this to happen now, for my world to finally explode and open up, and to be compensated for the works that I did. Because it's like I am a director for all these bands, mainly you two, and I directed your music videos. I produced the imagery from it. So I'm not looking for a handout. I'm looking to be compensated for the works that I put in, apparently while I was in my sleep. Somewhere around 12, 11, 10 years old, I must have made these, produced the footage, even though cell phones didn't exist. So there you go, Jacob. I know that you're in my heart. You have a good heart, and you are in control of the world, the system. I don't know if you're the king or whatever, but you're definitely in charge because you showed me the Super Bowl score before the score played the game. So I know that you already know. So how about it there, Jacob? And then I can hop on your show after I win the Powerball, and then we can start talking about the imagery, the footage, how this is a matrix system, and all that stuff. You know, I wouldn't mind doing that on April 8th. I'll show up because it's time to start talking about these things, but I need you guys to start speaking up. Because without that, it's like it's nothing. I can just be talking in the wind. I've dedicated an entire year. You've seen how much stuff is. Look at the folders. Look at how many different. Look at the playlist. It's like 1,000 something videos, and it's only been a year. And I've been doing it for free. You're welcome, everybody.